What a go on, peeps, what a go on. I've had to swap phones today, so that the actual video might be a bit of a mess. So anyway, I was really interrupted, so I'm going to have to start again. But first, let's clear the energies, because I've been reminded by Spirit to clear the energies for this reading, because I didn't do that before. Now, the computer, it's like almost like Spirit saying, look, you've got to do certain things, because if you don't, it's not going to work. And they just cut me off completely, so I'm starting again. So let's clear the energies. Thank you, Spirit. So, as I was saying previously, or maybe, well, I won't, I'm not going to put up the other one, so I'm going to start again. Basically, what I was saying was that I had this tune stuck in my head, and it's Love by Music Soul Child. And the song actually tells a story of somebody who's in love with somebody, but because of their deception, the lies, the secrecy, they're afraid if they finally fess up, that the person that they've been deceiving all this time will look at them differently. But what I took away from that was, people have past lives. People do things. People have done things in the past that they regret. I've done things in the past that I regret, and it's what you do in the present and the coming future what makes the difference in regard to an argument or a situation. So let's see what the cards bring out. I've got today, the Quantum Oracle. So I'm going to start with Oracle cards. I've also got, and I think I might use these the Angel Tarot cards, just to confirm what's going on with these quantum cards. And I might just finish it off with Spirit messages. Okay, so let's give it a good shuffle and let's talk to Spirit. Let's see what Spirit's got to say today. Holy Spirit, holy angels, beloved, thank you for your guidance, protection and assistance in channeling these cards, and thank you for your love and protection. Amen. So let's give these a quick shuffle. I was looking at these. These are brand new. I was looking at these this morning, and I was listening to something, and every time I was actually listening and I turned the card over, behind a mask, every time I turned the card over, it described what I was thinking, and what I'm thinking about is that tune. Someone's been deceptive and they're behind a mask. Can you see that? I don't even know these cards. This is the first time actually using them. But you can see there's a lady here. It could be a lady or a man. It says intention. Number 3. Look up that number. It's an angel number. Intention behind a mask. So immediately it's talking to this, who's being deceptive? Who's behind the mask? Who's not showing their true feelings? Let's find out, shall we? Let's keep shuffling. Because, Spirit has a story to tell here today. We're going to do past, present, future, and then we can elaborate on these cards, okay? So, let me just give them a quick, because I did this before, but maybe I didn't do it how Spirit wanted it. So, okay, let's take out 3 cards. So, this is present, this is past, and this is future. Okay, so, and what's on the bottom? Fragmented energy. Is someone causing themselves more grief than they need to? See what it says, number 6, energy. Do you see like the pieces of the puzzle? And there's pieces in her body missing of the puzzle. Fragmented energy. What do you think? Do you think someone is too up in their head? Someone's not thinking straight. It's just fragmented energy. And they're just being stubborn and up in their head. Anyway, that's what's on the bottom of the deck. Let's see what the future says. So this is another energy card, number 2. Planning and action. Okay. So let's see what that says planning and action. What's that one? Da, 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 da. So that is the energy suit, isn't it? 62. So this might mean something to somebody. This doesn't immediately say, it has anything to do with the tune I'm talking about, but it's a house and there's a clock, there's a timer. Is someone running out of time? Or is somebody thinking about a plan of action and there's a time scale to it? And what has that got to do with fragmentation and love? And the mask? What has that got to do with it? Let's find out. So, if this card is upright, get ready and go. This is what this means, get ready and go. Is somebody no longer in their fragmented energy? See? What's going on here? Is somebody still out of their fragmented energy now? Get ready and go. A watch, compass and pencil lie on a street map. I should hold this up for you. A street that shows a castle in the distance. It's clear that someone is planning a trip or even preparing to run a race. Although your challenge now might not be a literal race, this card is telling you to get ready for some major planning and action in your life. It may even indicate a trip or a move. This is a time of acceleration for you. To take advantage of this energy, make your goal a priority now. If you need to strategize and make specific plans, be sure to get going on those preparations soon. Then follow up these plans with focused, regular action in the direction of your desire. When you're engaged in this type of devotion, the universe takes you seriously and responds. Gather your thoughts, make your plans, and jump into action. Believe in yourself and allow that energy of belief to move you forward to the finish line. So what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about this love? Are you manifesting? Are you manifesting love? Are you manifesting a new home? Are you manifesting, or are your thoughts fragmented? You need to get it together. That's what it is. So this is in the present. This is in the present. So let's have a look at the immediate past. Consciousness. So it says optimism. So in the past, somebody was optimistic about what was going on. There's a lady here that's looking out. She looks like she's in an orchard, some kind of fruit orchard. You see the fruit along the side? And she's looking outwards to a harvest, it looks like. So let's find out what this card is about. Because afterwards, we're going to pull cards to go on each of them and see what comes up. But for the moment, let's see where we go here. See, like I said, these cards are completely new to me. So I have to, but I'm just going by what they feel like, the energies of them. So, consciousness. 35. Let's see. So, this card came in the upright, because you can read them in reverse, but I'm not doing that. So, it says a bright future. A woman looks joyously at a sunshine over a beautiful valley. Abundant fruit hangs on the trees that surround her. This is a card of great value and achievement. Your reality is shifting in a much more positive direction. Look for an exciting new development in money, romance, or career. There you go. This can also, I'm going to have to turn this over, also manifest as a personal accomplishment or a creative success. Old blocks are falling away and you are choosing to see the light at the end. You are choosing to see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's an increased optimism taking hold in your attitude and you finally determined to raise your consciousness to a more positive outlook. This reveals a much more beneficial mindset than you may have had in the past. Your attitude or optimism ensures that a very bright future, perhaps one you may not have been expecting, is on the way. So that certainly ties into planning and action. Have you finally got your thoughts together? Because it was scattered before. You finally getting your act together. You finally seen that brighter. Don't always look on the bright side of life. Anyway, stop that. And let's have a look at this. This is the possible future now. So there you go. So this is spirit talking now, and it's all about intuition and manifestation. See, that all ties in together, because in order to manifest, you know, ask, believe, receive. But if you're looking at it logically, you can have the dreams all you want. But if you don't put it into action, planning and action, and be optimistic about the outcome, you're never going to manifest it. So it's all about your intuition, following spirit, following what they want. Put your dreams to one side and be optimistic about it. And what are you dreaming about? Are you dreaming about that fantastic relationship? Are you dreaming about that fantastic home? Are you dreaming about that new car, that holiday, that new place to live? I mean, this for me is pointing towards romance. This to me is pointing towards a wish fulfillment in reference to another person. This is what, because that's where this, I'm going back to the song, you know, Love by Music Soul Child. But anyway, let's see what this one says. Intuition and manifestation. It all ties in, my friends. It all ties in. So it's spirit. 161. Okay. The crystal ball. A woman looks at a beautiful crystal ball on a velvet-covered table. The orb reflects the light of the room and is surrounded by the light of spirit. Yet we can see a misty image in the center. This message is that your future potential is available to you now, both to see and to change. The more you learn to trust your intuition, the more you will be able to know what is down the road for you. Not only that, you'll be able to see flashes of insights about what you need to do now to forge your future, the future you desire. But not enough people look into actually follow their intuition. That thing in your head that's telling you to do something, that gut feeling, that energy that says, this is what you should be doing now. And I suggest you meditate. I suggest you keep yourself upbeat. I suggest you laugh. I suggest you have a positive mindset, because these things will come to you if you do that, you know. So this card upright is telling you that you have a clarity to create the vision of what you want and the energetic ability to make it real. You have the power of manifestation, and it's time to take that seriously. Also, if you've been thinking of developing a career or a vocation in the art of mediumship or oracle card readings, oh my God, this card is giving you the green light. Your initiative powers are expanding, so open up to the message that you are clearly able to receive. So this is the affirmation that goes with this card. My intuition is clear. My vision for the future is strong. I am capable of seeing and manifesting my great dreams and desires. Oh, wow. See, this could even apply to me, because basically I've only just started doing this. It's only been in the last couple of weeks I started doing this. But prior to this, I had no knowledge of anything to do with tarot whatsoever. I mean, I used to look at tarot, but for me to actually go and do it myself and to be channeled to do it is another story entirely. I'm just freaked out by the whole thing myself. So please forgive me. You know, I'm in my infancy, but it's all following through for me. So anyway, let's move on. I'm going to pull the Angel Tarot cards and pull a couple. Whoops, I keep dropping these boxes everywhere. And I'm going to pull a couple for each one. So let's do planning and action and see what comes up. Because these are actually tarot cards, but they're Angel Tarot cards. So instead of having, for example, Pentacles, air is wands, I believe. The blue ones are water, which is emotions, and so on and so forth. But they have a story in each card themselves, and they're so big, my hands are so tiny. So please forgive me if I do a weird shuffle. I'm going to have to pick these boxes up because... let's pick up these boxes. There you go. Oh. Right, sorry about that, peeps. These cards are actually beautiful as well. And each card tells a story by itself, which hopefully will relate to what's going on here, which I have no doubt it will. So, but they're so hard to shuffle because I've got such tiny hands. And such a small table too. I'm going to have to get a bigger table. Come on, get on my PayPal, people. Help me out here. Get on my PayPal. I could go and get a bigger table. PayPal. And I've also got a wish list there, which I might add a desk to the wish list. I've also got a wish list on my description there. So, check it out. Because I'm into photography as well. And I'm going to college in September, which is one of those things. But plans could change the way things are going. You know, will I be going to college? It's a future thing, but I've been accepted. I have a place to do photography. No, I'm not going to accept that. That's way too much. So I only want a couple of cards. So thank you for your guidance and protection when using these cards. Thank you for your guidance, protection, and assistance. Dear Spirit, dear Holy Angels, beloved, thank you. So, okay, let's just pull some, shall we? So I'm going to take 2 for the middle one. Let's take 2. I'm going to just take 1 for that one. Okay. Thank you, beloved. Let's have a look. So, for energies, planning and action. Let's see what comes up. We have, and I'm not taking these in the reverse, but we've got the Magician, Archangel Raziel. You are ready. You have the resources and the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. You see, planning and action. You have the resources. Here's the card here, the Magician. This is actually a major arcana in the original tarot deck, as you probably know. But yeah, you are ready. You have the resources and the ability to manifest. Life is magical. So that's self-explanatory, isn't it? But let's have a look at Queen of Water. Tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, loving. Relationship develops to a new level. You see what I mean? This is all relating to, it's either money and relationship. Relationship develops to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. So this is an angel that's under the water. And this is all to do with cups. This is, if in the tarot card, it's cups, basically. And she's underwater, but it's somebody who's empathetic, tender-hearted, patient and loving. So is this person waiting on somebody to get their act together? Like I said previously, is somebody waiting for someone to get their act together? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? That is such a beautiful card. Look at that. Anyway, let's move on. Should I read that one? Let's read the Queen of Water, shall we? See what the Queen of Water has to say. Queen of Water. 95. So, situations, emotional issues or relationship with others evolve to a new level. Even if things aren't perfect, there's a sense of peace and calm within you, and you intuitively know what to do next. Your feelings for and insight about others can be trusted. Make sure that you nurture those around you. You don't forget to also care for yourself. And with regard to people, a person of deep but mature emotions, able to sense what others need and lovingly provide it. An intuitive or psychic person who trusts his or her perception and uses that to navigate the physical world successfully. Tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, generous, gentle, unconditionally accepting of others. Additional meanings for this card. Patron of the arts, love for family and home, a dear and reliable friend, great creative talent. So, as I said, it's gone back to the same thing again. There's somebody, Queen of Water, is waiting on their manifestation. Could it be this romance? They're planning an action. There's planning and action going on there. So let's have a look at the immediate past. So we've got 4 of air and Ace of air. So there you go. And there's that one. I'm going to read them. So 4 of air, time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So that's 4 of air. Okay. So from what I understand with the original tarots, or maybe don't go there, Val. Anyway, Ace of air, brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation and a challenging beginning. So somebody finally come to their senses. Is that what it is? This is the one in particular. Has somebody finally come to their senses and realise what the truth is and realise what they should be doing? Are they going to take the action, though? That's the question. Are they going to take the action? Anyway, let's have a look at these ones, because I'm very unsure about what's going on with this 4th of air. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be unsure. But this one makes sense. Okay, so let's have a look at 4 of air, and it might make more sense then. 4 of air. Okay, so 4 of air, because it's got the horses. There's like 4 horses in the background of different colours, and they're all rested, aren't they? So look, I'll show you that and I'll read it to you. It's time to rest. Take a vacation or just create time to regroup and rejuvenate. Retreat from the world and any stress or concerns. If you've been ill, focus upon healing and don't rush back into action. You need some time alone. This situation requires significant reflection on your part. Meditation may provide the answer you seek if you're exhausted. All intellectual possibilities for this solution. So meditation may provide the answers you seek if you're exhausted, or if you've exhausted all intellectual possibilities for this solution. So someone is still up in their head. So a possibility, they could be ill, they could be resting, they're just exhausted with the whole situation and they don't quite know what to do because they're up in their head and they're being deceptive. That's what that's saying to me. And they're so exhausted to the point that they're just making them ill with the whole situation. And before they just speak their truth, because the other person on the other hand, and if you saw my other previous, I did a chakra, which was a crown chakra previously. It's on Instagram. I've got Instagram with the same name as what's here. It was all about being impartial and standing back. So this person, who's an air sign, is up in their head. And this is all to do with relationships. You can just see it. So what does it say for Ace of Air? Are they finally going to get into action? What do you think? Here's Ace of Air. Beautiful unicorn horse, isn't it? About to take flight. Brilliant news, ideas and inspiration. Seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. So have they finally come to their senses? Let's find out, shall we? Because this will be interesting. So that's Ace. Ace of Air. Okay. New ideas now take flight. Expect great inspiration to come, possibly from an event or situation that has previously troubled you. Now you see the opportunity to create something amazing and you're full of excitement. Focus your thoughts on your long-term goals and create a plan of action. You now see the truth of the situation. Confusion is gone and clarity has taken its place. Your new understanding replaces previous misconceptions. Now you're ready to move forward. So this person has an epiphany, it sounds like. They've had an epiphany. They're getting out of their head. How long it's going to take them? I don't know the timescales, but how long it's going to take them? Who knows? But they've had an epiphany. They've realised, why don't they just come clean? Why don't they just do what they're supposed to have done how many weeks and months ago? Because they wouldn't be in this state. They wouldn't be stressed out. They wouldn't be, having to rest up and making themselves ill from exhaustion, So additional meanings of this card: a challenging beginning, turning a negative into a positive, a brilliant intellectual solution. So there you go. They've finally come up with a solution as to what they want to do to move forward. So anyway, Let's see what the possible future holds, shall we? Okay, so we have the Page of Water. And this is all to do with, so it's intuition and manifestation. So it says here, Page of Water, intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins, a new phrase, heightened psychic abilities. So there you go. So I know immediately off the bat what this is all about. Either the person, because this is to do with a person, this is to do with relationship, really. You could just see that. It's to do with relationships. And the person is finally coming forward, is finally going to come forward and enter somebody's life. And this is to do with either a soulmate connection or a twin flame connection. The person that was up in their head can't stand it any longer. They just need to be with that person. They need to have the conversation. They need to actually move forward because, you know, if you know anything about the divine masculine, divine feminine, if it's a twin flame especially, their intuition is very strong. The psychic abilities, they can talk to each other in the 5D. Up in the air, they can intuitively just concentrate on the person's face even, and they can have a conversation with them through meditation. You know, so this is probably me going backwards and forwards. They can feel the other person, you know. But what can happen sometimes if there's an imbalance, if the other person, one is deceptive, and I know this from experience. I'm not going to go into it, but I know this from experience. If one person is not on the ascension process and the other person is, it's almost like the person who's not ascending, it's like an energy vampire, and they suck the living daylights out of you. Right, but if they're on the ascension process, if divines decided to kick them up the arse and say, "Oi, you know you're a twin flame, you know your partner can't you know cope with you being the way you are. You've got to come out of that. You've got to come out of your ego. You've got to come out of your head. You've got to begin to learn to love yourself." And this is what's happening here. They finally realised what's going on. They've had signs, signals, and intuitions kicked in, divines talking to them, and they finally kicked them up on the arse and said, look, sort out the situation because, you know, you have a contract to fulfill. You've got to, you know, you've got a contract. Sort your head out. Sort that head out. So that's what's happening here. A new person enters a life. A relationship begins, a new phrase, heightened psychic abilities. So there you have it. Fantastic. I'm going to read that one. So that's Page of Water. So it's somebody in their infancy. They're slow to move forward, but they'll get there. They're like the baby of the pack, really. So let's have a look. Situation. A new person or emotional rousing situation enters your life. It could be the start of a friendship or romance or the renewal of one from your past. So there you go. I mean, maybe these cards are new to me. I just, you know, I'm going by the intuition, what's coming through the cards. A current relationship may enter a new phase. It's important to discuss your feelings with those around you. Your intuition and psychic abilities may also be heightened during this time. So this is about people now. A youth, like I said, this card is in its infancy. A youth who's emotional, intuitive and sensitive. A person who's gentle, kind, autistic and sometimes quiet, understanding, friendly, introverted, sympathetic and romantic. So yeah, like I said, this card is the infancy, isn't it? You know, the page is the little teenager who's had an epiphany. So anyway, additional meanings for this card. A love letter. Imagination, artistic endeavours, important dreams. So you're going to get a love letter in the post? Is someone finding something creative to actually make up? Are they actually going to find a way to actually break the silence, break the static, break the static here, the static energy? Are they finally find a way? Are you going to get a letter in the post? Is it going to be a text? Is it going to be something really autistic? Because the page is not going to give the great big grand gesture of like sending you some holiday tickets in the post. It's going to be something that's probably from the heart, a letter, an email, a poem, a bunch of flowers maybe, you know. But the page is not used to being romantic, but they feel the romance. That's what I think anyway. This is what's been channeled to me. So anyway, I'm gonna actually pull one more card from Spirit and see what advice Spirit has got for us. And we're gonna call that a day, because that message is kind of clear to me. Someone is coming forward very soon. Someone's coming forward. Someone's finally got out their head, and it's pretty soon. To me, that feels pretty soon. So these are Spirit messages, Daily Guidance Oracle deck. I'm only going to pull one, maybe two, and see what Spirit has to say about the situation. Because these cards are fantastic. I use these every day because they give me wonderful message that are, things that you should be thinking about, things that you should consider about situations. And basically, for me, in conclusion with this, just wait. And it's usually going to be feminines that are watching this. So just wait. Because that person's finally going to come out of their head. They're finally going to do something that's going to be totally left field that you didn't expect from them. Because, to me, from what I'm looking at these cards, this person was a very logical person. They're up in their head, they're up in their ego, they're up in the deception. And Divine's going to kick them up the arse, basically. Divine is kicking them up the arse. They've suddenly found a new love for themselves, of seeing the truth, of seeing some of the deceptive ways they have. And not to say that you're not in the wrong, you're not right as well, but usually it's the ladies that actually come to some sort of realization themselves, who come to the awakening, who come to understand what the hell is going on, and the males are having to play catch up, but they get there and they will take over eventually. But anyway, this has turned into a romance reading again. Oh, and I didn't want that. I just wanted something general, a message, because it does. It says take action. Someone needs to take action. They need to plan, get out of their head, get the fuzziness. As I said from the previous card, fragmented energy. Can you see that? Fragmented energy. There you go. So anyway, let's just spread that out. And we'll take 1, 2. Okay. So this is messages from Spirit. See what Spirit has to say today. So, vulnerability. There you go. Vulnerability. Okay. So it says, this is confirmation that you are seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. There you go. And this probably applies more to the males than it does to females. They hate to be vulnerable. I could tell you a little story. Somebody had problems in their childhood, and they weren't taught to have vulnerability. They weren't taught what love was. They weren't taught. They don't know. They've never known what love was. And when they had that emotion, and they didn't realize it was that emotion, they clammed up. So somebody would have shown them what love was, and they choose not to accept it. But suddenly, because they're going through ascension, are being awakened, they've realized what vulnerability is. And being vulnerable is not a weakness. It's not a weakness at all. Being vulnerable is a sign of growth, maybe. That's what I think anyway. So anyway, let's have a look at the other one. And this one is soul power. This came up, I think this one came up yesterday. Always remember, you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. That's what reincarnation's all about. That's what reincarnation's all about. Your body is the keeper of your soul and not the other way around. Because it's, your soul, when you die, you just get reincarnated. So, your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. And you have to remember that. With love, with unconditional love for yourself, gives you great power. Because from love comes everything. It's love, it's trust, it's vulnerability, it's a knowing. You know, if you can feel that love, nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. So if, you know, the person you're dealing with is finally been on this awakened, you know, they've been ascending and you don't even realise it because you've not been talking. You don't know what's going on with them. Because this is what I'm feeling for the people that I'm channeling to. This is a dead end. No, not a dead end. It's a stalemate relationship that you can talk to each other energetically. You know, you instinctively know what that person's feeling. You know, and you can feel something's going to happen, but it's going to come out completely out of left field, and it'll be almost like they're a changed person because of the ascension. Anyway, that's what I have for you people. Valerie's Natural's gone. Over and out.